5 Facts about maple syrup. Maple syrup is a syrup usually made from the xylem sap of sugar maple, red maple, or black maple trees, although it can also be made from other maple species. In cold climates, these trees store starch in their trunks and roots before winter. The starch is then converted to sugar that rises in the sap in late winter and early spring. Indigenous peoples living in northeastern North America were the first groups known to have produced maple syrup and maple sugar. According to indigenous oral traditions, as well as archaeological evidence, maple tree sap was being processed into syrup long before Europeans arrived in the region. The fundamental steps for making pure maple syrup are basically the same as they were hundreds of years ago when the Native Americans first did it and then introduced it to the early immigrants from Europe. The simple description is that you collect sap from sugar maple trees and boil it until it reaches the proper density for syrup. The 5 steps involved from start to finish are: preparing for the season, determining when to tap, identifying the trees to be tapped and tapping them, collecting the sap and processing, boiling/evaporating it, filtering, grading and packing the syrup. Pure maple syrup is not only high in antioxidants, but every spoonful offers nutrients like riboflavin, zinc, magnesium, calcium and potassium. According to Helen Thomas of the New York State Maple Association, maple syrup has a higher concentration of minerals and antioxidants, yet fewer calories than honey. Maple syrup is then classified into 4 distinct color classes: golden, amber, dark, and very dark. All syrup is taste tested to ensure that the flavor meets expectations for maple syrup's characteristic deliciousness. The darker the syrup, the stronger the maple flavor. Canada is the world's largest producer of maple syrup, and although the vast majority of that indisputably comes from Quebec, recent Ontario claims of being in the second spot has New Brunswick on the boil. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.